Yeah, price range.
high price range, low price range, or you can give a range of the combination. Between this zone, keep buying.
That
So
will be
let's
very helpful for these investors.
yes. So let's say even if someone plotted long-term trends on the let's say in Wipro, I found a zone which is so. I'm expecting the market to respect these levels, which is 300, or let's say I'm expecting market to respect to 80 levels.
Yeah,
So as an investor, I can actually plot the resistance on my charts, and I know once it goes below 280,
mm.
it's going to go down further. So there is no point in buying a stock which has given up its support.
Yeah.
So what to do in this case is I can select the lower limit. So I'll be creating the same SIP in PT SIP, the quantity 10. My price range low is now 280 rupees.
280 rupees. Yeah,
Yes.
as our support level.
Yes, that's the support level. So the equity SIP will buy this particular stock only when it reaches, only when it is trading above 280
280
rupees.
rupees. Yeah, that
Yes.
will be helpful.
And yes. And let's say I also want it to be such that it doesn't buy it at a very overpriced. So Wipro is at 300. So I don't want to buy it if it goes about, let's say, 350. I can give it as 350 here.
Oh, okay.
That's how price range works. And there'll be an obvious doubt. So what happens when it is beyond the price range? Will you cancel the SIP or will you skip the SIP? So
Yeah.
what we currently do is we'll skip it. So five times we'll skip it, and on the sixth time we will cancel the SIP. That is because then it's an obsolete SIP. We are warning the user that this is not actually serving the purpose.
Yeah, correct.
So yes, so in this case, once it is below 280 or above 350, we will skip it,
Completely
and
skip.
that's how price range works. And there is step up functionality. So if you want to step up is pretty much self-explanatory. So let's say the user wants to keep buying the SIP such that every year it
Yeah.
increases the SIP size by let's say 10 quantities. So I can basically select yearly quantity as 10. So
Yeah.
from the next year, it will be the SIP will be on 20 quantity, and the going forward it will be 30, 40. It will keep increasing like that.
Yeah.
And there is a very interesting settings called expiry condition. So what is expiry condition? That's very much necessity, which again most of the SIPs. I think there is no SIPs with as advanced expiry conditions as it. So let's say you are setting up an SIP. You're setting up an SIP in Wipro, and you want a position equivalent to 1 lakh, or you want a position equivalent to 1,000 quantity. You don't want more than that. And what you have to, in if you are doing it manually, you have to check every
Every time.
time it is how much is my quantity,
Yeah,
and
that
I want
is.
to yes, I want to manually stop SIP whenever my goal is achieved. In smart equity SIP, you don't have that limitation. Basically, you can select the quantity. Let's say it's 1,000 quantity, or let's say it's 2,000 quantity. So whenever it reaches the traded quantity of 2,000, so whenever 2,000 quantities traded using this equity SIP, it will stop.
Oh,
If you bought 1,000 quantity in other way, like you bought it from the market, this won't be considering that. So it will be always considering what came through the SIP. You can also set an expiry based on the date. So you are planning to SIP in it before the results. And let's say Wipro results are about to come in 6 months. You can select the date, and you can just select
a specific date also.
yes. You can just specify the date, which is let's say 2025 July 15th is the result. So
Mm-hmm.
once it July 15th, the SIP is stopped. So it's a very, very powerful tool. All the advanced conditions are very powerful tool. It's not just for any normal equity SIP investor. We can use it for a very advanced strategies. Let's say this is now monthly SIP.
Yeah.
We have daily SIP. So let's say I want to enter into a big position. I want to enter into a big position in Infosys because I know like Infosys is going to go
Mm-hmm.
up. So always in market we have the risk. Suppose I dumped all my position size is, let's say, 10 lakh rupees. I want 10 lakh worth of Infosys. I'm dumping all the 10 lakhs in one day. I'm waking up and I'm dumping. There is a high chance that you are actually buying it at a wrong time.
Yeah.
You are buying it in an overpriced zone. So how can we avoid this? Is basically what a daily equity SIP could do.
Mm-hmm.
So a daily SIP at 11 a.m. and the quantity is 10. Now, what happens is every day at 11 a.m., we keep buying 10 quantities. And we can also similarly, all the tools which is price range, step up condition, everything we can do.
Mm. Right.
So, yeah. So similarly, we have weekly, monthly, and also we have custom SIP. Custom SIP is more like a one-time SIP. Let's say you have to schedule an order in a future date.
Mm.
I can just select that date and I can create an SIP. So February 26, I want to create an order at March 18th. Buy 10 quantity at March 18th, which is a one-time.
Oh, the specific date here.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That whenever the events are there, that is good for investor.
Yes, yes, yes. That's good for investors. The investors can use it for multiple purpose. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's how it works. And we have also combined it with price range functionality. It's very powerful. So
Yeah.
if you are just creating a custom order at some date, actually there is a very high uncertainty that it will be bought for a highly unfavorable price because equity can move pretty much volatile
Yeah.
based on yeah, particularly if it's a small or mid cap stocks. So you can just select what price do you want. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
select and you are ensured you are protected from any market volatility.
That is true.
So that's how smart equity SIP works. So
Yeah, this is like pretty much good for the investors. That will
yes,
benefit for them only. Okay,
yes.
everything is completely advanced and completely automated. There is no much of headache for the investors. Everything is set for
Mm.
them. That is like everything is spoon feeding for them. There
Yes,
is like
yes, 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 yes. And one another question will be how to manage this SIP. So once you create an SIP, where to see how to see the details everything.
yeah.
So we have a SIP order book.
Okay,
So
that's
you
good.
can see that the SIP is already running in my account. So this particular SIP I created it only today. So Goldam, basically this was one of my favorite stock. And in the recent market corrections, I've squared off half of its positions. So how can I enter it back? So anyone without this feature will have to watch the market every day and see what is happening. When should I buy? So for me, it is pretty much simple because of this reason.
Yeah,
I
everything
have
is.
created an SIP. 135 is half size of my net holdings in Gold. So 135 quantity, it will keep buying till 135 quantity, and the frequency is daily. Then you can see the upper price range is 400. Currently, it is
400.
trading
That's
above 400. Okay, today it is significantly down. You can see it's down from 400 rupees.
yeah.
So yes, so that's how it is beneficial. So I don't have to monitor it every time to okay, that's why you can see there is a 20 place quantity today. You can see 20 quantity. It is placed only because it came below 400 rupees.
Yes.
So that's how GTSIP works. And you can like use it for as I have explained, that is not exactly, I'm not trying to achieve a basic SIP feature from that. I'm trying to re-enter into my position for a better price, particularly in situations like a market crash, which is exactly happening right now.
Yeah,
This tool is so powerful. You can actually square off your positions and you can reattempt for a better price throughout
yes.
your portfolio. So that's how equity SIPs work, and you have the same feature from mobile too. Everything is the same. You can check it out.
Yeah, this is like pretty much very good for investors. See, like in normal SIP, we don't have flexibility of price and everything. Here, though, we have everything. We can set our
Yes,
price at specific price, upper band, lower band, everything we can decide over here.
yes,
That is
yes,
like
yes,
pretty
yes,
much very good.
yes, yes, yes. And particularly, let's say you are a business owner with a current account. You want to SIP on a daily basis, like instead of putting it in a current account, you want to invest it such that you are moving it to the ETFs.
Mm.
It's very much powerful. Like you can select a daily e-mandate, you can create a daily e-mandate, and you can basically invest in any of the index or any of the ETFs on a daily basis, which is quite powerful.
Yeah, that
And
is pretty
the
much good.
benefit of additional liquidity is almost like if you want to sell it off or if you want to withdraw, also we have instant withdrawal. You can basically sell your positions and you can take money on demand.
Yeah,
So,
actually, it's pretty good. So,
hello.
yeah, one second, I'm checking the like YouTube session, like loud doubts and everything. Like, can we do this into mutual fund? No, like completely. This is for the stocks and ETFs.
Yeah.
Mainly for
We
this, we
can't
are
do it
focusing on.
in mutual funds, but doing it in ETFs is actually a more efficient way for getting into the mutual fund.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
user can create an SIP for the corresponding ETF.
Is it available to all of stocks? They are asking like.
Yes, yes, it's available for all stocks and all ETFs.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Okay, this was the questions of like people were asking in YouTube.
Okay.
And
I think we received one more question. How mutual fund SIP is different from stock SIP?
yeah, now.
So, mutual fund SIP is quite different from stock. So, let's say when you are investing in mutual fund SIP, it works such that you are buying from the fund house. If you're
Mm,
buying from the fund house, they have a lot of limitations, if you ask. So, last time during elections, this happened. So, the users saw a crashing market
mm,
when actually there was in the morning the results were quite surprising and people are expecting a regime change. So the market was crashing heavily and users wanted to reinvest so that they get the better price of the falling market. It's almost went from 23,000 to below 20. I don't exactly remember, but around 20,000. It's
yeah,
a huge crash.
8%
And
was there like.
yes, yes. And people, in order to all mutual fund investors to capture this moment, they came and they added funds and they requested for mutual funds. But at the end of the day, what happened is the government didn't change. The market reverted back to its earlier level. But users were happy that they got to purchase the market at a bottom because of the market volatility. But everyone was surprised on the next day that they got it for the closing price. So a few people were very angry with this. But that's how basically mutual fund works. They have two times in a day where the mutual funds are bought, and you don't have any control over it. Let's say
Yeah,
you want to buy something for a lower price. A mutual fund, its NIV is currently, let's say, 100 rupees. You want to keep it buying only at 80. You can manually do it. and it's basically not possible. Like it's, on a convenience basis, it's very difficult. So here in equity SIP, it is pretty much very simple. So Nifty, let's say I'm going to buy Nippon Nifty India Bs. So it's currently at 256%. And if you are SIPing the corresponding mutual fund, you will have to buy it in the NAV. So here I can actually select. So now it's a crashing market. So I want to invest it when the price goes below 230. It's pretty much straightforward. I'm selecting the Nifty Bs. I'm creating monthly SIP, which happens only if the price is less than 230,
Yeah.
which is impossible with mutual funds. This is one of the benefit. And let's say the opposite is also possible. Let's say if you are seeing a huge bull market and you want to sell off a few of your portions and you want to book the profits. In mutual fund, it's basically not possible. You are selling it, you are creating a request, and you have the uncertainty at what price it will be. The mutual funds will be executed. So that's not there anymore. You can sell it the way you want. Like if you just want to sell it via a normal limit order, yes, it's done. You are getting the funds at the same time. So this is one huge difference from mutual fund SIP, if you ask.
It's a very much different between this and that.
Yes.
This
And we can't target. Let's say I can't target a particular stock. Let's say I'm very much bullish, let's say, on a particular stock, ABC. So in a mutual fund, if you want to buy that stock, you have to buy an entire mutual
Yeah,
fund. It's like,
we can't do that.
yeah,
There is a
yes.
restriction over there.
Yeah, particularly if it's a small cap company, because mutual funds won't expose so much to small
Yeah.
cap companies. You can do it. So here, what you can do is, if you have a so much conviction that these particular stocks are going to outperform, you can narrow down your strategy is basically very narrow, straightforward, and on to the point. So MFSIP, I would say it's not for people who knows the market so much. For
Mm.
people who just want to be passive. If you want to
Exactly.
be actively SIPing, you have to select equity SIP, particularly with smart equity SIP, where we have tools which makes it even smarter.
Yeah, that is very helpful. Any other
So,
questions, I guess? Like,
what is the maximum and minimum amount for SIP? Actually, we have a limit of 500 currently, which is pretty low. We like if user demands, we can even reduce it, and the upper limit is 10 lakhs. You can SIP up to 10 lakh rupees. So limit won't be a problem for you. You can basically, if you're really interested in buying only 10 rupees worth of idea, we will make it possible. But as a common, like to make it easier for the user, we have currently kept it as 500 rupees.
fine. It is where it's going.
How to do SIP in Fyers? I'm not sure if the user is asking for mutual fund. Currently, since we are uh, dealing with equity SIP, I think the user can actually see what we have discussed previously. So it's basically you have to go to order window, you have to select Smart Tab, and there is equity SIP. You can create any type of equity SIP you need at any price, whatever you can give us expiry condition, it's very powerful. Check it out. And you can also reach to us in community if you have further doubts.
Mm.
And is it available? Yes, I forgot to mention this. And we are the only SIP which is offering MTF for equity SIP, which is actually quite powerful because all who are SIPing would have at least once run into this problem in their life. Like you had,
Shortage of
you are
funds.
finding, yeah, you are not having enough money on the day of SIP. So what you can do is you can basically set up an MTF SIP, and whenever you wish, you can convert it to a normal. Whenever you are having the money, so you can ensure that you are never missing your SIPs, even when you don't have any funds with you. Just quite powerful, extremely powerful for people who are already struggling who have set up an SIP and who is already struggling to find money to that. You can actually move to Fyers and start an MTF SIP.
MTR is also.
Are SIP returns taxable? Yes, it will be taxable on the basis of current tax norms. So if you are selling after 1 year, the applicable tax rate, and if you are selling it in short term, the applicable tax rate. It will be same like how it is for equities. Any charges? No. There are absolutely the feature is free, but the only charge will be the transaction charges, which is charged.
Brokerage
There
is
is no other. Oh.
brokerage is as common.
Yes, yes, like normal transaction charge.
Yeah,
We are not charging anything particularly for equity SIP.
that is advantage for
Only by-
investors now.
What?
That is advantage to investors only now. This much full
Yes,
of
yes, yes,
automations and free copy of cost.
yes, yes, yes. And you can see like there are no exit charges, there are no entry charges. Whatever, like mutual funds will have a lot of
Yeah, exit mode,
terms.
enter,
Yeah,
it will be there
yeah.
in mutual funds.
Yes, by using equity SIP, actually you are being an mutual fund fund manager. Like you are controlling your own funds, so
Yeah,
you don't have
completely
any of
control over our
it's
funds and
all.
everything, stocks and everything, prices, everything we are controlled over here.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is
It's
pretty much nice.
entirely your funds. You're having 100% control over it. SIP returns taxable as discussed. Any charges? No. Does SIP have an exit load? No. No exit load. The ETFs have the charges, which the ETF. But even if you look at ETFs, I will show you something interesting. So if you compare ETF returns with actual Nifty 50 returns, so you can see the orange line. I'll show it better in 5 years. You can see a better view. You can see the orange line is actually Nifty, actual Nifty 50, and the ETF, Nifty 50 ETF, Nippon ETF, Nifty Bs is the candle. If you want easier representation, I'll show.
Just that line chart, huh? Yeah.
The blue line is the ETF, the orange line is the actual Nifty. So you can see it is actually outperforming Nifty, which is basically due to dividends. So this is actually you can even you can exactly say outperformance because dividends is also part of Nifty, but you can see this difference. This is because the exit load or any of the charges is not actually taking a part of your profits. So it's actually very efficient. I will say it's the most efficient kind of in today's market. The most efficient way to
Invest
uh, invest in an index is actually in
in
SIP in India.
ETF only.
And charges I have explained, we don't charge anything for this particular feature. The only charge we take is the applicable transaction charges, which is for every order, which is created from the feature is absolutely free. Is it a good time to start stock SIP as market it? Actually, I'll remind a quote like the best day to invest in the market was yesterday. The next best is today.
Today, yeah, that is true. If you are going for long term, no worries. Like whenever you are investing, that is good for you only. But
Yes, yes,
start early.
yes. So that's what actually SIP does. So if you are trying to time the market, nobody can time the market.
Yeah,
And I
nobody.
think there is again one more quote like if you are able to time the market, like if your friend tells you he is able to time the market for an entire rally, either he is lying or he is the god.
That
So don't try to time the market. Instead, set up SIPs. So every time when you set up an SIP, you are actually strategizing the market such that you are getting a better price than the rest of the crowd. So that was a good question actually. Is it a good time to start stock SIP as market is correcting? Can we set the mandate directly from bank for quarterly deduction? Yes, actually, we have a feature called PT mandates. So once you start complete creating an SIP, you can see a small pop-up. So here I'm buying, say sample, I'm buying one quantity of Nippon bees every month. You can see this mandate. So what is this mandate is basically requesting you to create an e-mandate. So if you go to the e-mandates page, you can select the frequency here. So the frequency here is you can see quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. So how to give a better understanding, currently in equity SIP, the money is deducted from your trading account. So we trading money in the trading account before the equity actually the SIP actually hits the market because there are chances for order reduction due to fund limitation. So if you are creating an e-mandate such that daily or based on your requirement, you can ensure that there is sufficient balance in your trading account at the time of equity SIP. And this feature too you can't find in any other brokers. So if you are actually passionate in investing in SIP in equity or in any ETF, you can actually try it out. It's quite powerful.
It's very much easy also, very much convenient also. We can do this in mobile itself also.
Yes, yes, yes. And even management of SIPs, you know how difficult it is to start and stop an equity SIP, I mean mutual
Yeah,
fund SIP.
that is pretty much
It's,
headache.
here it's pretty simple. Let's say the SIP I created just now, I want to create it. I mean, delete it. That's it. Done.
So this is very
Just
much
one
easy.
click.
As a traditional
Yes.
mutual fund SIP, that is very much headache. Like to it will
Yes.
take days to like stop SIP or start SIP. This is like one click.
Yes. Here, yes. 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 It's just one click. There is no difficulty in actually having setting up or canceling it.
Yeah.
And can I withdraw SIP anytime? Yes, you can withdraw SIP anytime. There is no limitations to when you can or when you will get the money into your account. Nothing. You just place an order for the symbol you have already created SIP for. The money is yours. Deep is asking, please tell other features also in Fyers. Actually, if I explain all the features of Fyers, we both will run out of time. So
Yeah.
I'll
There are
explain key
pretty much
features
of
which we
features in.
recently rolled out. So yeah, I'll explain few key features which we recently rolled out. So one is scalper terminal.
Scalper.
Uh,
So that is
yes,
helpful
this
for
is,
me whenever I'm placing trades. Very quick, fast.
yes, yes.
I
So
use a lot of
what
it.
is so scalper terminal is pretty much simplifying the process of scalping for you. So let's say you want to scalp in 10 wait a minute, it's loading.
One second.
There is an internet bandwidth issue.
Issue is there.
Um, I'll come back to this. Yeah, it's So yeah, coming back to scalper terminal, you can see like currently I have selected Sensex as my scalping uh, symbol. So I don't have to manually select which corresponding call and put option I have to track. You can see it is automatically preloaded on the other side. Here you can see the put option. Here you can see the call option. And if you want to buy it, you can keep the quantity here and you can press the buy button. Basically, it's making it easier for you significantly.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
so
how,
easy.
yes, that's how scalper terminal works. And you can have enable quick trade also from scalper terminal if you go to settings. Basically instant orders. Once you please turn it on, you can see that
Save that and everything we can.
now whenever you place the orders, it will be instant. It will go. It won't go for an order window for the confirmation to make it the scalping as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And we have recently launched 50 market depth also. You can explore in scalper terminal that you're able to see 50 depths. This is like industry first feature to show so much depth to the retailer. So the another key feature is quick trade. So what exactly is quick trade? Quick trade is basically again the feature only available in Fyers. So like you talk to any trader who have cracked the market, there will be only one thing he'll suggest: strictly follow stop loss
Yeah.
and keep it on sizing. So why users, even after listening to the same advice for thousands of times, doesn't follow it is because of our emotions.
Emotions.
Because yes, emotions play a key role when it comes to stop losses and position sizing. So here in quick trade, you can actually automate this. You can actually set the stop loss and target and how much should be the size. So the moment you enter into the trade, you're already having the target and stop loss in the place. And you will also be, so let's say actually I this one is configured for me for today. I traded actually using quick trade today. So I was using three lots, which is 60 quantity of option contracts. My target is 20 rupee, stop loss is 20 rupee. And you can see when I turn on the quick trade, I'll be already see. Sorry, this is for Nifty Bs. So Sensex option contract, you can see that it's already set up for 60 quantity because we selected it as three lots. Three lots of Sensex 320, 60 quantity.
60
You can
quantity.
see how it works. It's a beautiful feature. Everyone can try it out, and there are high chances if you're struggling with profitability on a long term, you can try it out. So this was the trades I've took using quick trade. You can see how fast it is actually.
Yeah.
So you can see this was my first order. 60 quantity of Sensex 76,300 at 574.
574.
Yes, you can see it's squared off exactly at 20 rupees target.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
594. And you can see how much time it took. Just 11 seconds. You can see 20 into 60, which is 1,200 rupee
Pretty
with a
accurate.
yes, with a very small risk, I'll say, because I have only bought three lots of Sensex contracts. Usually people trade with a much higher volume.
Yeah. Yeah.
And similarly, you can see the second trade which I took, which was again bought for 608 rupees, which is quite off at the same price because the market again turned volatile. You can see the third trade I again took, which is at 1039.43. Again,
614.
it was 614.96. Exactly at 20 rupees, it was
It is
squared off.
34. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty
How
precise.
much time it took? 43 to 29. It took almost 30, 40 seconds. That's how fast and smart is
Yeah,
quick trade.
yeah, quick trade.
It's a must-try feature. If anyone is looking for features that's available in Fires, and that's two features. Well, let's not deviate from our equity SIP concept. So I hope, yeah, you
Yeah, yeah, pretty much
will
like.
see. I think that's the questions.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah. So anyone who have further doubts or anyone who is seeing this video at a later date can
Hmm.
always Fires community. You can tag me at Kishore. I will definitely help you out with your concerns or queries. Thank you, Basavaraj, for
Thank you,
hosting.
Kishore.
Bye.
Bye bye.
The meeting has ended. Thank you for joining.